How's it going, guys? So we have just finished day 3 of World Championships. It's supposed to be a very exciting day, a lot of good matchups. But the whole day pretty much was standard. Pretty much what I expected, not the crazy couple of days we've had before. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To start off the day, we had Edward Gaming against SKT. That was by far the most anticipated matchup, I think, of the tournament so far. Uh, Probably the two favorites to win the entire thing. They're in the same group. They're matching up the first time here. And it started off that way. It started off really close. You really couldn't tell anything from picks and bans. Very smart pick and ban. The game was pretty close to start out with. But Marin ended up getting huge on Renekton. Like, gigantic on Renekton. Getting a huge lead on Amazing J. Just kind of snowball. They lane swapped, and Marin ended up getting an advantage because he went to the lane while Amazing J went to go ahead and farm with the jungler. And so Renekton just got this gigantic lead over him and was able to snowball that lane out and pretty much carried the game from there. The Renekton was just so huge they couldn't. EDG couldn't get to any of the backline or to any of the real damage dealers. Plus, Renekton was dealing a ton of damage too, as well as being super tanky. But SKT kind of just snowballed the game from there and won pretty easily. I'm not sure yet if what that says for EDG or what that says for SKT, whether or not SKT is just that good or whether EDG is just underperforming still, like we did see at the end of the LPL season. I'm not entirely sure there, but we can go ahead and take a look. It would be interesting to look forward to see what's going on there. The second game of the day was H2K against Bangkok Titans, the other two teams from this group. It was a pretty simple win from H2K. Not really much to say. They ended up getting Mordekaiser, so the first Mordekaiser we've seen of the tournament. And yeah, they just kind of won pretty easily. Bangkok Titans really showing that they are by far the worst team at Worlds. Everyone else is really putting up to some great games and things like that, but Bangkok Titans is just a couple of steps behind all of the other teams there. You can really see that in this game. Next, we had LGD against against KT. Sorry about that. LGD just really lost the game in picks and bans. Pretty simple. They picked a triple AD comp against a Malphite. Not really going to work there. And then as well as they picked a Varus into a Braum. So that, a lot of Varus's spells and abilities, and his ultimate especially, doesn't work if Braum correctly puts down that shield. So, I mean, there's really nothing that can happen there. KT ran what somewhat of a Juggernaut comp. They had Kog'Maw, they had the Braum, they had Lulu, and a lot of different ways to protect that Kog'Maw. And so KT just kind of snowballed the game. LGD really wasn't able to do anything. They're really one of the worst games, I think, of their run so far, which is saying a lot because they're not performing well at all. But yeah, not really much to say. Again, it's just KT just kind of snowballed the game after winning in picks and bans really hard. The next game after that was Orihen versus TSM. The game was real slow for about 20 minutes. Really close, really slow. I think 1 kill apiece for about 20 minutes. Then we had one big fight at Dragon, and Origin came up, I think, 4-1 after that fight. Took Dragon, and then they just snowballed the game from there. TSM wasn't really able to come back after that. So yeah, again, not much really to say. Just these are all really straightforward games. Nothing really interesting happens in them. Then we had IG against Cloud9, or Invictus Gaming against Cloud9. C9, funny enough, is actually getting Vigar bans now after their game against AHQ. And so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny to see. It'd be interesting to see if other teams start to pick that up, or if they start to figure out how to play against it, and then go ahead and let it through, because I think it really helps C9's picks and bans to have that Veigar be banned, because there's so many power picks up right now. Anyway, for IG, Kid and Kitties are really kind of showing how bad they are at this game. They're just really underperforming. They're playing absolutely terrible. Zatai, Kakao, and Rookie are doing all they can, but C9 was just playing as the better team. They even put Kid on Sivir, where pretty much all he has to do is hit R at the right moment and get his team in there, and he just couldn't do that correctly, and he kept getting picked off and caught and all kinds of stuff. It was really really simple. Uh, Cacao Rookie and Zatai were getting a lot of good picks and a lot of good one-on-one engagements and a lot of skirmishes. But C9 was just winning team fight after team fight after team fight, and so they won pretty easily, and they just kind of snowballed the game after winning all these objective around the team fights around these objectives. So finally, we have what was the game of the day, what ended up being the game of the day, and it was AHQ against Fnatic. Fnatic was able to get a lead pretty early and then open up the base, and really it looked like a standard game from Fnatic. But they just, for some reason, couldn't close it out. AHQ was playing extremely well around their base and around the terrain, and they were able to win a series of fights in their base, catch back up in gold, and then eventually push to win with the death timers being so long. Just a great comeback from AHQ and a great match to watch. So I highly recommend, if you're going to watch any of these games, go ahead and watch that one. I would say watch EDG and SKT just because that game was so hyped up, and it did kind of live up to the hype. It was still a really good game to watch. It was just a pretty simple one for SKT, but I definitely say AHQ and Fnatic was the exciting match to watch, or the match of the day from this set of games. But anyway, guys, go ahead, go enjoy Worlds, go catch up on whatever you missed. Go ahead and get ready for tomorrow, because we're going to have another great set of games for the final matches of Week 1.